Hi, I'm Robert Chaen. I'll be talking about the 8 new norms to COVID-19 recovery, the worldwide initiative. This is an overview. We are at the forefront of COVID-19 recovery. These are some of the brands and Fortune 500 companies that are participating in this initiative. A bit of myself, I'm Robert Chaen. This is some of my bio data. I'm the group CEO of ChangeU Academy, and I run 18 Robren services and BorneoHunter, as well as Robren EMall, which is the world's first para-university mall, as well as Purple Youth are. So I'm also known as the CEO Celebrity Whisperer and the founder of Asian FireWalking. Now, if I can coach you how to walk on 650 degrees fire, I can coach you anything on how to believe, to act, and change yourself. I've created also the Purple Youth CSR, which are 6 ways the youth can change the world, to entrepreneurship, arts, learning, charity, psychology, and sports. These are some of the media reviews. The main theme of this worldwide initiative is how to get the best productive work from your remote team. And now, every cost-effective organization can recover from COVID-19. Let me tell you a bit of the SARS story in 2003, when Hong Kong was the epicenter of SARS. In fact, SARS, Hong Kong was exporting SARS to the world as a joke, just like how Wuhan is the epicenter for COVID-19. But COVID-19 pandemic global lockdown is actually over 2,000 times worse than SARS. So as of today, it is 6.2 million deaths versus SARS 800 deaths, and is rising every day. There are 5 new realities in 2020 that led to the 8 new norms, which I discovered, and how we're moving from offline to online, so to speak, O to O. So the first one is work from home. Second one is virtual e-meetings, e-events, e-conferences, and e-exhibitions. And then we have now come across the borderless parallel universe, the e-world. And a lot of organizations find that they have to go from offline to online, not only in marketing and sales, but also in the delivery. A lot of times they are doing their marketing sales online, but the delivery is offline. So now they need to deliver and have performance online. This is a survey, so sources for going live stream, and you can see that the proportion of organizers that have shifted their trade shows online due to the coronavirus. So you can see that 81% are more than one or more virtual offerings. Education sessions are going online by 65%. Exhibitors promotion content up 47%. And all the way down to general session content outlined by 39%. These are the 8 new norms to COVID-19 overview. You can see all of this, and I'll cover each one of them. So the first new norm to COVID-19 is working from home solutions, productivity, and performance. Now, working from home has its own problems, which is there's a lot of distraction. If your children is at home, you have to deal with that, and there are a lot of time wasters and discipline. I actually got experts for subject matter experts for each of these new norms, which is actually covered in the webinar. But I will give you some highlights of each one of the experts. And number 2 is Leading Changes by Steve Chaen. So we did a survey recently, and these are some of the location and total number of staff that are in different parts of the world, from USA to China to Southeast Asia to Australia. So these are some of the data. And also what we found out that we asked how many percentage of the staff are actually working from home during the pandemic lockdown or semi-lockdown in different parts of the world. So you notice that the biggest bar is actually the lowest bar, which is the 91% to 100% are actually working from home. In fact, 23%, roughly 21-22% said that they work from home. Uh, the other big figure is 51% to 60% actually are working from home. There's about 12%. You can see this whole data. We actually have more data we can share with you if you like to fix appointment with us. So coming out of COVID-19, we have the CHRO 4.0, which came out sometime in September, October this 2020, and this is the HR futurist. So where you have to be agile, resilient, you need to unlearn and relearn, and to adapt and rise. And the rise of emotionally intelligent EQ leaders and managers, and the future nature of work are totally redefined, and also we have to deal with mental and health, emotional health of these people. So there are 4 ways to future-proof people and business, according to Dr. Henry Yeo. This is the CHRO 4.0. This is the HR futurist. So you're pivoting from the ordinary to the extraordinary as a HR practitioner or practice leader, and work from home is the future of work. In fact, it's the current. So the hybrid workforce is your business even ready. So there are objectives and key results, so you can measure what really matters, and a program can be tailor-made for the individual and organization industry. So of course all this leads to culture change, so that you can not just survive but to thrive. Steve Jem talks about the 7 ways how you can lead breakthrough changes, either through workshops, training workshops, upskilling yourself, and also what's the return of training, return of investment. So there are some tools you can do that. You can also assess your people to assessment center. You can funnel through all that and have a succession planning. And there's of course e-learning is very important now with a lot of live streaming. There is a training dashboard. It's called T-Dash, where it's a software you can track and monitor in the dashboard all your training activities and budget and everything. Plus also there is a T-Dash for talent acquisition, where you track how many people you're recruiting and where you're recruiting in which medias. And lastly, most things nowadays are live training, virtual seminars or webinars. The third new norm is goodwill right sizing. Outplacement and talent management is covered by Michelle Teo. And mental health and infinite mindset, which is overcome depression, stress, and isolation, which I'll talk about this right after this. So we have a BorneoHunter talent search. It's run by Michelle Teo and her team, and there are 3 ways you can hunt for the top 10%, which is through executive search, through also outplacement and upskilling, and also you're looking for the top 10% of graduates. There's a management training apprentice by Rise Apprentice. These are all subsidiaries of Robren services. Let's talk about mental strength. So how many of you feel stressed during COVID-19? And what are you stressed about? Are you stressed about that this lockdown is not ending? It may go on for 1-2 more years. Is it about money? Is it kids at home? Is it about boredom? So these are some of the key issues of mental health and mental strength. Let's talk about infinite mindset. We need an infinite mindset in this ever-changing world, and especially in the face of the pandemic. So there is a such thing as a finite game versus an infinite game. The finite game has just the rules, it has a beginning, middle, and end. But the infinite game is there's always new players coming in, and old players die. There's no timeline, there's no rules. The infinite mindset is not bound by traditional conservative thinking, so it's actually striving in this borderless virtual e-world. The fifth new norm is about leadership and empowered teams. I'll cover that. And the sixth new norm is how to create a creative customer service and value-added sales, covered by Coco Wong, which is one of the top 100 female entrepreneurs in China, and also Women of the Decade. So let's talk about leadership. What is leadership? Why is leadership so hard? There is one of the earliest leadership models is by Ken Blanchard and Paul Hershey, which in 1969 talk about situational leadership. So depending on the readiness of your follower, you adjust your leadership style, not the other way around. Many people think that the follower needs to follow the leadership style. It's actually not. You have to see how ready your follower is, then you adjust to your leadership style. So the readiness of the follower is based on competency, capability, confidence, and willingness. And there are four types of leadership style, which is directing, coaching, which is more two ways, and counseling, and finally mentoring. This is a bit of a adaptation from situational leadership. So here is just a very simple, quick draft about the leadership style, where you go from directing, from S1 to coaching to supporting to delegating. So there are a few ways. Where we differ is we actually talk about coaching, mentoring, and counseling in the S2, S3, and S4. So let's talk about empowered teams. So empowered teams are all about trust. So you can talk about Hotel A. Hotel A is when top management, they encourage the mistakes, they have full delegation and authority. So you're empowered. The staff are empowered. Whereas compared to Hotel B, there's no trust. There is very little trust. They micromanage. The top management micromanage. They punish. So instead of using the carrot, they use the cane. They strike fear like a dictator. So this is the big difference when a team is empowered, when it's not empowered. And Coco Wong talks about the four ways to enhance your creativity, customer service, and how to empower women. So how to get noticed online, how to be very creative, how to handle with care, with customer service, and of course show me the money. So where's the sales? How do you get those sales? How do you get people to buy those things? And also how to get women to speak better as speakers. So the last two new norms is gender quotient, or GQ, or gender intelligence. So men and women lead and are led differently, and also they sell and buy differently. So this is covered by Rich Bernstein, who is the CEO of Mars Venus Coaching, which is come from the very famous book by John Gray, which is men are from Mars and women are from Venus. And the last new norm is how to go from offline to online, O to O, to the virtual e-world. It's all about e-commerce and social media branded content. Is covered by Faris Hakim. So the traditional to digital, offline to online. So this, you can see that that in 2020, 3.4 billion people use social media networks. So you can see Facebook is 63%, Twitter is 23%, YouTube is 61%, WhatsApp is 68%. Of course, there are also different equivalent like WeChat and Telegram and Line and all that. Instagram is 36%, very popular amongst the Gen Z. Of course, now it's TikTok and all that, so you can see that these are some of the social media platforms around the world. So why should we move your business online? So these are some of the questions that you need to ask. And there are four ways you can up your online game, which is the digital storytelling marketing. You can do more e-commerce, whether it is moving more to online with Facebook, Google, WhatsApp, or email marketing, or you can do more social media branded content, including the copywriting. So telling your story in engaging ways, in terms of PR or even CSR, and you make your brand engaging. And the last is persuasive selling skills, where you can how to close the deal, how to call to action. So these are ways in up the online game. I myself have eight ways to lead. We can be a good leader or great leader. So one is the 8 new norms to COVID-19 recovery, which is covering all these topics. And there are another one is the 10 qualities to diamond leadership. Just like a diamond, there are many facets to a leader, to be a leader. So many sides to being a leader, and we will cover what are the key principles, what are the key facets that make you like a pure diamond, a diamond that is the hardest substance, natural substance on earth. So being that diamond leader. Then there's also gender quotient in sales and leadership, and how to go to be number one in your business, to be number one in your area, in your industry, in your country, or even in the world, and how to align across all the teams so that you build the team and you are synergizing. 1 plus 1 and plus 1 is 301, not. But I've seen some companies, some teams, that 1 plus 1 plus 1 is actually -3, where they fight with each other and have negative consequences. There's also high CQ and EQ. It's all about change and emotional quotients, how to bring about this change. There's a profile, there's some questions, some 20 questionnaire, and you can see where you're strong and which other areas you're strong in your CQ profile. There are 4 creative thinking heads, which is the explorer, the artist, the judge, and warrior, where you can actually up your creativity. One of my favorite ways to lead your team is Papillon. Papillon is the French word for butterfly. These are some of the biggest life-changing ideas and concepts that I teach. And finally, if you want to be a dragon leader and you want to be an entrepreneur, how to create compelling marketing versus management. Because in the boardroom, there's a war in the boardroom where management fights against, on one side, that fights against marketing. So and both are very different strategies and both clash. So I'll talk a lot about that. This is the best way to lead your team. And this is summary points of the 8 new norms. So it goes from working from home, leading change, right sizing, talent management, infinite mindset, mental strength, leadership, empowered teams, customer service and sales, and gender GQ, and how to move from offline to online to the virtual world and the e-commerce and social media. So the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their aspirations. And lastly is once you finish this webinar or e-conference, you may be entitled to the Movsha Mastermind Networking Group, which is an international group where we have it's all about life-changing connections and ideas. We are creating this networking of influencers, investors, speakers, experts, entrepreneurs, and talent hunters. So you can actually look at our Facebook, which is fb.com Movsha, and if you like, you can finish up with the call to action for this webinar is what tools will your organization need during and beyond COVID-19. So we will give you a free consultation costing US 100, but we'll give it free, and with a special COVID-19 special offer for those who complete this feedback form. You can click the link, and we give you all details in this at the end of the description. So thank you very much. This is Robert Chaen from ChangeU Academy and the Robren Group. as well as Purple Youth, where we inspire youth to change the world. Thank you very much. Bye.